Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Abraham Lincoln High School. A beautiful afternoon for some baseball. Welcome to the New Dorp viewers coming in to watch this epic matchup between one of the tops of Staten Island and one of the power hitters of Brooklyn. New Dorp coming in with an undefeated record. They'll look to extend that. Lincoln has only lost so far to one squad in their PSAL matchups. That team, of course, being Grand Street. Leading off with a little chopper there is Bronzo. The throw to first is not in time. Bronzo is going to be safe on first. And his stolen base there as the runner moves from first to second. Up now for New Dorp is Rusarito, number 9. He'll be playing shortstop today for New Dorp. And a strike is delivered from Lincoln's pitcher du jour, Edwin Bueno. Bueno usually behind the bag as the catcher. Lincoln's going to see what he can do here today. Swing and a miss for strike 2 there to Rusarito. And that is hit hard to center. That's going to drop for a base hit. That should score a run. Bounces off the fence. They'll hold him up for a single. But the initial damage is done. Foul tip there for New Dorp's number 23, Jordan, playing second base today. And he strikes out looking. Nice looking pitch from Bueno. And that's going to get chopped foul down the third base line. The runner went for the steal. Drew Giretto over on first base, and he's going to get sent back on the foul ball from Moylan. Moylan will be your starting pitcher for New Dorp in the bottom half of the innings. And Bueno not about to get fooled again. Throws it over to Kamani Scott on first base for the Railsplitters. Making sure that Rucciaretto doesn't get too eager. Another one fouled back, that one down West Avenue. And a familiar little doink sound tells me somebody's car just got a new souvenir. Moylan keeps himself alive with another foul. Runner goes, and it's another foul ball. Bouncing off the pavement. Catcher for Lincoln today is Yaniel Torres. Normally he'd be over there in the shortstop position. But with Bueno on the mound, they move him in. Moylan just took a ball. Not many of those have come from Bueno in this at-bat. And that one gets fouled down the first base line. Kamani Scott will pick it up. So if nothing else, Moylan effectively making sure that Edwin Bueno gets his pitch count up and warms himself up. 2-2 the count. And finally a chopper over to the third baseman. Long throw is in time. So that'll be one away. And the runner advances to second. Excuse me, two away as the runner advances to second. That'll bring up New Dorp's first baseman, Claire. Will try to extend the lead for the Centrals. Swing and a miss. Strike one. And he hits that hard into left field. They're going to throw home, and they will hold him to a single. So runners on the corners now from the base hit from Claire. And that'll bring up designated hitter number 10, Zayas. Roberto Almonte is the left fielder for the Railsplitters today. He was positioned well to make sure that ball didn't go on forever down the football field. As Zayas takes strike one. There's strike two. And they're going to tag him out in a rundown before the run scores to get the third out of the inning. New Dorp trying to catch Lincoln with sloppy field play, and they can't do it. Lincoln up to the task, and that is how the top of the first will end. One run in. Railsplitters still very much in this. Let's see what they do in the bottom of the first. Leading off for your Lincoln Railsplitters and taking strike one, that is Jeremy Marazan. Number 1 in your playbooks. And third baseman for the Railsplitters today. Swing and a miss. Strike on that one. And there's strike 3 with that beautiful sound of the ball hitting the mitt. That's low for ball 1 to Lincoln's number 26, Julian Polion. Polion playing shortstop for the Railsplitters today. Hits that one hard. It's going to make it to center field for a base hit. He's just kind of jogging. He's definitely not even thinking about second. And so Lincoln has a runner on. And that'll bring up today's pitcher, Edwin Bueno. Stepping in the number 3 spot. And New Dorp will look to keep Polion honest. It's Moylan on the mound for the New Dorp Centrals. Bueno fouls that one back. And that one was close. But Polion is still safe on first. And close again, but ump calls him safe. The New Dorp fans definitely don't agree. Runner goes. And he is safe on second, according to the umpire. A big hit from Bueno there. Down the left field line onto the track and almost hitting the girls' track team. swing and a miss. Strike three. Bueno goes down swinging for the second out of the inning. That'll bring up in the cleanup spot Lincoln's first baseman, Kamani Scott. Scott, a sophomore on the Railsplitters squad. And I'm proud to say, a member of Lincoln's media crew from last year. And that one will bounce off Scott, be called foul. Oh, and 2 the count from Moylan. Low and inside, 1-2. Was swung through, strike three. Catcher dropped it, but no problem picking it up and getting Scott out at first base. That's going to end the first inning. We'll step away for a moment. We'll be right back with you here from Abraham Lincoln High School in Coney Island.
My name's Edwin Bueno. I'm a catcher. I pitch too, and I play corner infield, and I'm in the 12th grade. My favorite thing about playing on the Lincoln squad is that we have a lot of communication. We play as a family. We don't play as an individual player. We love to play with each other on the field. I don't have a favorite baseball player of all time, but my favorite player is myself, because I impress myself every day, practicing and stuff. My favorite professional team is the New York Yankees. I like the way they play. I just like the way the Yankees play. What I've learned under playing under Coach Cruz is to never give up. Always work at your craft. It'll eventually show out in the games. Definitely don't give up. That's one important thing that he's taught us. I'd like to give a shout out to my mom, brothers, grandma, my aunt, and most especially coaches here at Lincoln, Coach Mo, Coach Cruz, Coach Mac, Coach Max. They've really helped us out a lot.
At the bat now for New Dorp, and making a chopper towards third and running it out, and he's gonna make it. Kamani Scott not able to pick up that throw. That was the designated hitter Zayas. He ended the first inning at bat when New Dorp tried to catch Lincoln with sloppy field play unsuccessfully. Claire got picked off in between first and second before they could bring home the run. And now Zayas is on first. And that brings up Gents. Gents. A little infield blooper there. Bueno picks it up, tosses it to Scott, and makes the first out of the inning. The runner on second. And that's strike one to number 5, Hayes. Number 5 also playing in position 5, the third baseman today for New Dorp. Bueno's found the strike zone on him. And he strikes him out for the second out of the inning. Up next should be Mara. There he is. I think he was just looking for the right bat. And Mara will take strike one. Strike two. And Bueno can't get the strike zone for the third strike there. 1-2 the count. Swing and a miss, strike three. Not a bad showing for the Railsplitters there. We're going to go to the bottom of the second. Leading off for the Railsplitters, today's catcher, Yaniel Torres. And he hits that hard into center. It's going to bounce off the building. They're going to call it a ground rule double. He disagrees. He thinks it's a home run. And the umpires will have a little conversation with Coach Cruz about whether it's a ground rule double or a home run. It all depends on where it lands. And the umpires called it a double. It's going to stay there as a double. So a home run in the hearts of the Lincoln sports fans, but a double on your score sheets. And that'll bring up Roberto Almonte, left fielder for the Railsplitters today. And Almonte will miss for strike one. For those of you new to watching Railsplitters baseball, that double is based on Lincoln having what they call a short porch in right field. The building is too close to the field, so depending on where a ball hits and where it travels, it might be ruled as a double because it goes out of play. It might be ruled as a home run if it looks like it should have been high and far enough based on where it lands. It is the umpire's discretion, but it is based on the general rules of how to play at this field. Almonte working the pitches up. Again, New Dorp's pitcher today is Moylan. And they're going to do a pickup off play on Torres, and that'll end up earning him third. And Torres feels robbed of a run. No doubt in my mind he would love to just bring himself home. Fouled down the third base line. Almonte calls for time, but not in time. The umpire doesn't give it to him. He's going to go down swinging for the first out of the inning. That'll bring up Lincoln's right fielder, Sebastian Lopez. Lopez takes strike one. Strike two on the outside corner. Moylan would love to hit that pitch all day long on these batters. To be honest, I thought he got him on that one, but it is a ball. 1-2 the count. Count even now at 2-2. And it's a little chopper over to the pitcher. And they're going to get him at home. So Lopez will reach on a fielder's choice. Torres out at home. And that brings to the plate Christopher Bamba. Bamba hits over to first. And they easily make the play. And that is going to end the inning. We'll step away and be right back with you. With the top of the third coming up for New Dorp is Perpero, Bronzo, and Rucheredo. We'll be right back. Top of the third, bottom of the order. Strike one to Perpero. Oh, excuse me, that's Bronzo who's up. I must have. Oh, Perpero is out from the designated hitter spot. My mistake. So this is Bronzo who singled to start the game. And there's a strike to Bronzo. And he's got another little chopper to Bueno. Pick it up, throws to Scott, and gets the first out of the inning. That brings up Rucherito. Also had a single his first at bat. And he's got the only RBI on the team for today so far. Tries to bunt that one, fouls it back. And he hits that hard to left field. Center fielder makes the play. No problem there for Roberto Almonte. 2 outs here in the top of the third. This will bring up Jordan, the number 3 hitter. Second baseman for New Dorp today. He struck out in the first. Swing and a miss, strike 1 here in the third. Hits it hard to center. Fighting with the sun is Lincoln center fielder, and he's going to drop it as a result. That's David Marrero out there. And it's going to end up as a double for New Dorp. The sun definitely an issue on that one, as Marrero trying to shield the light with his glove until he could find the ball, and he just couldn't hang on to it. And that will bring up Moylan, the pitcher for New Dorp. And cleanup hitter who hits it hard to left. Almonte racing. It's going to go over his head. We mentioned Lincoln has that deep left football field. Moylan coming into third. He will stay there, but he will tack on an RBI. So a stand-up triple for Moylan. And New Dorp is up by 2. That'll bring up Claire. Pitch got away from Torres there, but he leapt up to make sure that Moylan didn't make his way home. Claire had a single in the first inning, but then tried to draw the ball over to him and distract the pitcher so that a run could score from third, but Lincoln was on top of it, tagged him out before the run could score. And there's a strike for Claire. Hard hit to left field again. Almonte running in on it, and he'll make the catch. Little ice cream cone glove action with the ball sticking out the top. Only 1 run will score. We move to the bottom of the third. Leading off in the bottom of the third for the Railsplitters. Lincoln's number 3, David Marrero, the center fielder. And he'll look down, strike one. Swing and a miss, strike two to Marrero. And he'll foul that one off into the stands. Not near anybody, no danger. And he puts that into play in the direction of second. And they get him for the first out of the inning. And that brings up the top of the lineup for the Railsplitters. Jeremy Marizan. Marizan struck out to start the bottom of the first. And there's swing and a miss, strike one here in the third. And it's a chopper over to short. He's running, but he will not be in time. That's two away. Julian Polione now at the bat. Inside for a ball. Polione singled back in the first. Was able to steal second. But Lincoln didn't get him further than that. It's ball three to Polione. And Polione gets a walk. First walk of the game from either squad. Comes from Moylan here in the third. And that'll bring up Edwin Bueno. Normally Lincoln's catcher, today Lincoln's pitcher. And he's doing quite well. He's let in two, but this New Dorp team has put up double digits against some other teams. So right now, Bueno's looking good as on the mound. But he takes strike one here. And he struck out in the first. We'll see if he can get his offense to match the defensive power he's shown so far today. Bueno asks for time and gets it. Pickoff play to Polion to keep him honest, but not really sure Moylan was trying to get him so much as just keep him close to the bag. Swing and a miss. Strike two to Bueno. 1-2 the count. Kamani Scott warming up, hoping he'll get a chance for some RBIs. Bueno hits it hard to center. It's going to go over the center fielder's head. Bueno debating if he should run for second. He's going to hold up at first. We have runners on the corners. So a single gives Kamani Scott the chance for RBIs that we just mentioned. Powerful hit by Bueno. Shame it only resulted in one base. Credit to the new Dorp team for making sure that ball came in as quickly as it did to hold him up. That one's inside on Kamani Scott. Pickoff play to try to keep Bueno honest. You have to have a lot of faith in your team to do a pickoff on first when you've got Polion's speed on third. Three and 0 to Kamani Scott. Kamani Scott hoping to prove why he's in the number 4 slot in the lineup. And he won't do it there. He's going to go to first. Bases loaded for the Railsplitters. And that's going to bring out a meeting on the mound as possibly the worst batter that they want to see Moylan face. Yeah, Yaniel Torres, who hit one to the building his first at bat. That it was debatable whether it was a home run or a ground rule double. Obviously, the Lincoln squad were all very much in favor of the home run. The umpires gave them the double. Bueno with a big lead from second. Scott with a big lead at first. Ball 2 to Torres. You have to wonder if that meeting on the mound wasn't just don't give him anything he can hit, even if you walk in the run. Better than letting him hit in 2 or 3. And he hits that one over to third. They'll make the play over to first. And it is in time despite the high throw. No runs will score. Moylan gets out of trouble here in the third. We are going to step away to the fourth. We'll be right back here from Abraham Lincoln High School.
My name is Daniel Torres. I'm 11th grade. I'm 16 years old and I play shortstop and pitcher. My favorite thing about playing on the baseball team is that we always be family, helping each other, like pick them up if they down. My favorite professional team is San Diego Padres. The reason why, because there are a lot of Dominican, Mangud, Platano Power. My favorite player of all time is Francisco Lindor. The way he played, the way he developed. What I have learned so far about the coaches at Lincoln is that always we get better each day, like never give up in the play, always be hard and work hard. I want to go Penn State or Tennessee.
And he wallops it. It's a base hit. That's going to score two. And yes, Torres with a 3-run homer.
We was down by one, so I need to help myself because I was pitching it. So it feels incredible, like my teammates are happy, me are happy, and we go and move to the next one. Yeah, thank you, my family, especially mom and dad, always been there supporting me, and also Coach Mo, Coach Cruz, Max and Matt. Thank you a lot for helping me, like getting better each day.
Welcome back, top of the fourth. Fouling off strike one is Zayas. And there's strike two. Zayas reached first at the beginning of the second inning. But it's hard to say whether he reached it or whether it was an error on the first baseman. But a base hit there. Nope, no, excuse me, that was caught for the first out. Gents will take strike one from the arm of Edwin Bueno. And Gents is going to go down looking. And that'll bring up New Dorp's third baseman, Hayes. 0 for 1 with a strikeout in the second inning. Bueno finds a strike zone there. Three and one is low and outside. And Bueno gives up his first walk of the game. That'll bring up the number 9 hitter. That is Mara. Hit hard into the outfield in third. It's a base hit. Runners on first and second. And they're going to pinch run him with number 11. That is Brobach. And that brings up the top of the lineup, Bronzo at the bat. Bronzo 1 for 2 with a single in the first. They'll get Bronzo with strike 2. And a chopper there to shortstop. They'll step on the bag and get the forced out and put the top of the inning away. We'll step away and be right back with you for the bottom of the fourth here from Coney Island. Thanks for watching. Hit that subscribe button. We appreciate your support here at Lincoln Media. Beautiful day for some springtime baseball. I'm Peter Andrus. Thanks for watching. We'll be right back with you. Bottom of the fourth. Moylan still on the mound. Strike one to Roberto Almonte for the Railsplitters. Swing and a miss, strike two. Almonte gets a piece of it to keep himself alive. And he puts it in a play down the third baseline. The shortstop gets it, makes the long throw, and it is not in time. He's going to be safe at first. Nice job by Almonte running that one out. It was well hit. Shortstop got to it, but pretty far out there. By the time they could make that throw, he was safe. That'll bring up Sebastian Lopez. Lopez reached in the second on a fielder's choice. They made the play home to get Torres out and prevent Lincoln from scoring a run. Lopez takes a strike. Chopper foul down the third base line. 1-2 the count now to Sebastian Lopez. Pickoff play to Almonte is once again not in time. Almonte, tall and thin, easy to get in a pitcher's head with his reach. And Lopez is going to go down looking. Strike three. He's out. That'll bring up Christopher Bomba. Bomba shows bunt and takes strike one. Almonte goes. The throw is not in time. He's safe at second. Bamba hits it up the center into the outfield. It's a base hit. Almonte, they're sending him home. There will be no play. Chris Bamba gets an RBI single, and Lincoln is on the scoreboard. That brings up David Marrero. Marrero shows bunt, puts it down the first base line, and it's successful. It rolls all the way down towards second. Chris Bamba is going to get tagged out at third. I don't know what he was thinking with that amount of greed. 2 outs for Lincoln now. And that brings up Jeremy Marizan. Runner goes, and they get him. And that'll end the 4th inning. We move to the top of the 5th. We'll be right back here from Abraham Lincoln High School. Top of the 5th, Rucciaretto. He'll take strike 1. 1 for 2 today. He's got an RBI single from the first inning. Puts it in the play to short. Polione makes the throw. Kamani Scott makes the catch. Out number 1 for New Dorp. There's a strike to number 23, Jordan. Jordan 0 for 1, 1 for 2, excuse me. He doubled in the third and scored off of Moylan's triple. And he hits that hard into center. It is caught. A little redemption there for Sebastian Lopez out in center field. Excuse me, for David Marrero out in center field. That'll bring up Moylan. He's had the biggest hit of the day for New Dorp with a triple in the third. He also has one of New Dorp's 2 RBIs today. Fouls that back onto West Avenue. And they strike him out to end the inning. We move to the bottom of the 5th here from Abraham Lincoln High School. Bottom of the 5th, Railsplitters with the top of their lineup. Jeremy Marazin takes strike 1. Marazin was at the bat at the end of the 4th when a base runner got tagged out on a steal. And he hits that one to second, handled by the second baseman. Throw is in time. First out of Lincoln's 5th. That'll bring up Julian Polione. Polione had a single in the first and a walk in the third. take ball one here. And that is mishandled by the third baseman. Little chopper down the third baseline. Polion's going to reach. Edwin Bueno comes to the plate. Bueno had a single his last at bat. Polion goes. The throw is in time. They call him out. And now Bueno, who was in a position to try to bring in a run, he's at the plate with 2 outs. And he hits that. It rolls all the way to center for a base hit. Bueno with another single. That'll bring up Kamani Scott. Scott so far with a strikeout and a walk today. Swing and a miss, strike one there. The speed with which Scott gets that bat around. If he makes contact, he is dangerous. Hard hit to center. It's gonna drop. That'll bring Bueno to third, and they'll hold him up there. And Kamani Scott is on first. Runners on the corners now for the Railsplitters as their bats are waking up with 2 outs here. And Yaniel Torres. Torres with Lincoln's best hit of the day. Ball off the building. And now this one is going to go into third. That's going to bring in another run for the Railsplitters. A little blooper to third. An RBI single for Torres. We are tied at 2 with runners on first and second. Roberto Almonte now. Almonte swing and a miss, strike one. Outside for a ball. Almonte singled his last at bat. Fouls that one back. Inside on Almonte. And that one's up high. It's a full count. Almonte thought he already had 3 balls in the count. The count is now full at 3-2. That one's fouled back. That one fouled way back onto West Avenue. Almonte asks for time. A dangerous thing to do with 2 strikes. He did that in the 2nd inning. Didn't get it and ended up with a strike 3. This one hit foul down the 3rd base line. Almonte just looking for the contact that can put Lincoln on top. That one popped straight up, and it is caught. And that will end the 5th here from Abraham Lincoln High School. We'll step away and be right back after this.
Hi, my name is Kamani Scott. I'm in the class of 2025. I'm 16 years old, and I play first base. My favorite player of all time is Derek Jeter, but not just because of baseball, it's because of his mentality on and off the field, and he's just a great person overall. My favorite professional team is the New York Yankees. I've just always been a Yankees fan since young, and I never wanted to be a Mets fan. Colleges I've been interested in is Old Dominion University, Delaware State University, Vanderbilt University, and Ole Miss University. My favorite thing about playing baseball is being with my teammates every day, coming after school straight to the locker room, going onto the field, having fun, always laughing, getting ready for games. We're always locked in. We always know when it's time to joke around, and we always know when it's time to be serious. So that's what I love about my teammates and playing baseball. Shout out to Coach Cruz, Coach Mo, Coach Matt, Coach Max. They're all great coaches. They all help me every day. Yeah, they always help me become a better player every day. And they also make sure I'm a better person every day, make sure I'm bettering myself every day. Yeah. Thank you to my mom, my dad, making a lot of sacrifices during the summer to take me to baseball games, making sure I'm on time. And yeah.
Top of the sixth here from Abraham Lincoln High School in Coney Island. We are tied at 2 apiece. Coming up for New Dorp, number 44, Claire, the first baseman. And he fouls that one back behind us to start the inning. Claire is 1 for 2 today. He singled back in the first and then got himself caught in a rundown while he tried to distract Lincoln to get a run to score, but got caught too early. Takes strike 2 there. He flew out to left to end the third. And that is hard hit to left. Almonte making chase, and he makes the catch. Not sure if our camera people picked that one up, but it was a beautiful play. That'll bring up number 10. That is the designated hitter, Zayas. He fouls that one straight back. And he hits it to the third baseman. The throw is in time. 2 away. And that's a strike to number 27, the left fielder, Gents. Gents hits it hard in the direction of right. The right fielder calls for it, makes the catch, and retires the side. Nice job there by Sebastian Lopez calling off the second baseman, making it clear he had that ball. And we move to the bottom of the sixth. Two 3-up, 3-down innings in a row for Edwin Bueno. He has really found his groove late in the game here. The Railsplitters bats can stay as active as they have. They could pull this one out, but they'll have to do it against a new pitcher as New Dorp makes a switch. Nope, I'm sorry. They're not doing it against a new pitcher. That's still Moylan on the mound. Saw the wrong number. Sorry for the confusion, folks. leading off for the Railsplitters is Sebastian Lopez. Just helped the Railsplitters get the last out at the top half. Let's see what he can do here at the bottom. And that's outside for ball one. Lopez still looking for his first hit of the day. One of two Railsplitters that has yet to get one. And it won't happen here as he hits that one right back at the pitcher, who isn't able to catch it, but is able to quickly put it away. That'll bring up Chris Bomba. Bomba had an RBI single his last at bat. And he'll take a strike on the inside corner. Strike two on the swing. Moylan misses the strike zone on that last one. 1-2 the count now. Count even. Swing and a miss, strike three. That'll bring up David Marrero. And Marrero hits it. It's picked up by the shortstop. He is safe. Was a little bouncer right over the second base. Nice job by New Dorp, just not in time. It's counting as a base hit for Marrero. That's his second of the day. He had one in the fourth as well, but then got caught stealing to end the inning. This will bring up Jeremy Marizan. Marizan with a chopper over to second. They make the play to end the inning. We'll step away as we go to the seventh here from Abraham Lincoln High School. We'll be right back. Top of the 7th. At the bat is Hayes, the third baseman. Hayes has struck out and walked his last 2 at bats. And Hayes will get his second walk of the game. And Bueno's magic of 3 up, 3 down finds its end here in the 7th, and that'll bring up Mara. Mara 1 for 2 today. They're pinch running Hayes, bringing in number 11 again. That's Brobuck. Now Mara, the number 9 hitter, 1 for 2 with a single his last at bat in the 4th. A strikeout in the 2nd. And it's a little chopper over to short. Everyone will end up safe at first and second. Jeremy Marazin tried to grab it, just hit off the edge of his glove and rolled towards second. Or Chris Bombo was able to pick it up and make sure that nobody else moved. Mara picks up his second base hit of the game, and that'll bring back the top of the lineup with the center fielder, Bronzo. Bronzo showing bunt, takes a strike. Bronzo bunts. Kamani Scott ran to get the ball, ends up making a bad throw to first. 1 run will score. 2 runs will score. And just like that, New Dorp is up 4-2 in the 7th. This is Rucherito. Rucherito had an RBI single to start the game in the first. He, of course, will be looking for the same here with a runner on third and no outs here in the seventh. Hits it easily to Polion. Polion makes the throw to first. No run will score. Out number one in the books. And that's going to bring up number 23, Jordan. And Bueno's going to get a piece of him. And that'll bring up Moylan in the cleanup spot. 1 for 3 today with an RBI single back in the third. Runners on the corners with only one out. Bueno, starting pitcher, still on the mound for the Railsplitters, trying to get himself out of a hole that was dug by an error by Kamani Scott. Huge hit by Moylan. It's going to bounce infield. No ground rule for this one. One run will score. The runner stayed at second, so it is a single. There's a strike to Claire. Claire with a single in the first. He's flown out to left his last two at-bats. This time he goes right. Is it fair? It is called fair. And runners were all waiting for it. Lopez doesn't get over there in time. So it's another single, and now bases are loaded. Designated hitter Zayas now at the plate, 1 for 3 today. That one's going to bounce off the catcher, but the runners stay. Zayas reached in the first. But I'm not sure if it was scored as a single or an error. Zayas has gotten out his last two at-bats by hitting to the shortstop. And Bueno does a pickoff over to third, keeping the runner honest over there. And he hits it over to short again. Polion makes the play, but then overthrows at first. So 2 runs will score. Gents goes, that's a strike. Gents the only runner that has not reached today for New Dorp. Fouls that one back. He's one of 2 that's still looking for a hit. It's just him and Mara. Excuse me, him and Hayes. Hayes has 2 walks on him. Mara has 2 base hits. That one gets away from Torres, gets caught up in the net. No play will be made, but the runner advances to third. One and 2 now, the count to Gents. And it's in the dirt again. The runner stays this time. The runner is Zayas. Zayas reached on the fielder's choice as Polion made a play at second and then overthrew it first. Double play could really have helped the Railsplitters out here. Big hit there to center. And it is caught. No problem there for David Marrero. And that is how this one will move on. Last licks coming up for the Railsplitters. We move to the bottom of the 7th. We'll be right back with you here from Coney Island. Railsplitters have some work to do and only 3 outs to do it. Leading off for the Railsplitters is Julian Polion. Polion has reached all 3 at-bats today. single, a walk, and an error from the third baseman. Polion hits it hard to center, to left center for another base hit. That's 4 at bats and 4 times that Julian Polion has made his way to first base. And that'll bring up Edwin Bueno. He is 2 for 3 with 2 singles in his last 2 at bats. He's also pitched a complete game here against New Dorp. And up until that 7th inning, it really was going quite well. Came into it tied at 2. A couple of errors from his teammates really hurt him. Bueno fouls that way back onto West Avenue. Also pitching a complete game for New Dorp is Moylan, still on the mound here. Umpire clearing some rail splitter players behind their fence, especially with the way Bueno's been fouling those back, just looking out for the player's safety. Bueno gets strike 2. Bueno asks for time, gets it. Full count now to Edwin Bueno. And Bueno's gonna walk. Runners on first and second for the Rail Splitters, and Kamani Scott coming up to bat. Kamani Scott singled his last at bat and walked in the third, struck out in the first. Takes strike one here. Monty Scott Sorry, folks, for the brief intermission. We're back now. We ran out of power, had a circuit jump. Back now,